Well, welcome back to the weekly compensation confessional, where your friendly neighborhood ex-suit turned truck driver, spill the beans on what it's really like to haul freight and make bank here at Cheeseman. Buckle up, because before we dive into this week's paycheck porn, we're going to have a little heart-to-heart about something squishy yet critical: culture. Yeah, I know, sounds like something your old HR department tried to shove down your throat at a mandatory team-building retreat, but stick with me. This one's worth it. Now, if you're thinking about jumping into trucking or switching carriers, you're probably sniffing around for the good stuff: miles, money, home time, trucks with chicken lights. But let me hit you with some ex-executive wisdom. Culture is the secret sauce that makes or breaks your life on the road. See some carriers out there? They're like that toxic ex who says all the right things but leaves you stranded at a truck stop in nowhere, Nebraska, with a load that's due yesterday. Bad culture means dispatchers who treat you like a robot, safety departments playing gotcha with your logbook, and offices locked behind Fort Knox level security so drivers can't even find the people making decisions about their lives. Then you have good carriers, where the vibe is more "we're in this together" than "you're just a steering wheel holder." Good culture means dispatchers who actually listen when you say you need to get home for your kid's birthday. It's a safety team that's more about keeping you out of trouble than writing you up for a taillight that flickered once. It's leadership that doesn't just send out "we value your feedback" surveys to check a box, they act on it. True story. Drivers here at Cheeseman complained about cramped sleepers and wanting real refrigerators, not those dinky 12-volt lunchbox coolers. What did the owner do? Boom. New trucks went from 72-inch to 80-inch sleepers, with a cabinet carved out for a proper dorm fridge. That's not just a win. That's a carrier saying, "We hear you and we've got your back." Here's the sniff test for culture. A good carrier doesn't hide their turnover rate like it's a state secret. They don't make you buzz through 3 security gates just to talk to someone in the office. At Cheeseman, drivers want to be here, not have to be here. And that, my friends, is the difference between a job that grinds you down and a career that keeps you rolling with a grin. Now, Cheeseman isn't the right carrier for every driver. Some do not live in the right area, and some do not quite make the cut. No matter what carrier you choose, ask yourself, do they respect you as a professional driver? Do they put you on a Greyhound bus to get to orientation? Do they put you in double occupancy hotel rooms with a stranger? That's not respect. Now let's get to the good stuff. How much green I pulled in this week? Stick around, because it's going to be a wild ride. First, we'll talk about my logs for the week. I was paid for 2,408 dispatched miles. I had 2,628 logged miles. The day in green, I was on home time. Let's look at my unedited pay statement for period 20 of 2025. This includes all trips from May 4th to May 10th. I had a reimbursement of $90 for getting my DOT physical. Does your carrier pay for your required physicals? Empty miles paid $190. Securement paid $153. Hazmat miles paid $60. Loaded miles paid $1,492, and stops $201. Total earnings for this week was $2,096. 20 weeks into the year, my gross income is $45,508, and my total miles is 58,398. That averages out to $2,275 per week and 2,920 miles. Estimated out over 52 weeks, my estimated annual is $118,320. Year-to-date numbers as of week 20 of 2025. I've been paid for 58,398 miles, covering 31 states, making 144 stops. 95% of those miles have been loaded, averaging 77.9 cents per mile. Here's the home time that I've taken this payroll year through the end of the 20th week. I have been on home time 14 times so far, totaling 34.2 days. I also have 5 overnight breaks at the house and 6 paid 34-hour resets on the road. I am not paid hourly, but let's calculate like an hourly job. For the week, my gross pay was $2,096 for 65 hours of work. If we break it down into a typical hourly job, it could be 40 regular hours and 25 hours of overtime, resulting in an effective pay rate of $27.06 per hour. For the year, my gross pay so far is $45,508 for 1,174 hours of work. If we break it down into a typical hourly job, it could be 772 regular hours and 402 hours of overtime, resulting in an effective pay rate of $33.11 per hour. Taking a look at the if only truck drivers were paid for every hour in the truck calculation page. 20 weeks have gone by so far. That totals 3,360 hours. I have been at home 820 of those hours. That works out to 2,540 hours from the pre-trip, leaving home to the post-trip returning home. My compensation through week 20 is $45,508. That works out to $1,792 per hour away from home. As always, make sure you're enjoying every day at work.